Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Santa Anita Park here on Friday. It's the 16th of February 2024. Gonna look at the 7th race from the Great Race Place, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5 for more selections for race courses around the world. Let's look at the 7th from Santa Anita, which is a good one. It's an allowance optional claimer per $67,000. Race for 4-year-olds and upwards, never won $18,000 on the main claim starter or state bred race, which never won 2 races. Optional claim price $50,000. We have a field of 11 horses going to the turf course, distance of ground of 2,000 meters, or the mile-and-a-quarter trip on the Santa Anita Hillside Turf Course. My top selection here, I'm going to go with the 11 horse Maltese Falcon as a top selection. 11-2-4-6 in the superfecta. 11-2-4-6 super. Top selection, the 11 horse Maltese Falcon. Sorry, there's a piece of cat hair on this microphone. Flora Gillen by Caravaggio. Leonard Powell trains. Frankie Dettori's on this one. The horse's most recent outing came in optional 50 at Santa Anita, 6th January with a mile and the 8th, and he finished second by a half a length that day. And he sat back early. He has absolutely no forwardly pace, but he sat back early. He closed up into a somewhat okay pace. He had the lead. He got overtaken late, but he ran his heart out that day. I think he's been crying out for a mile and a quarter. He's going to get back to it for the first time since his midpoint of the 3-year-old campaign. I think facing older horses again today, he could get the trip to win. 2 back in option 40 at Santa Anita over the mile 16th. Over the mile 16th at Del Mar's 3rd December in option 40. He finished 8th by 2 1/4 lengths that day. He didn't break so well, which is very not ideal at Del Mar on the turf course because you're way behind the 8 ball. You have to make a lot of ground, especially with his running style coming from way behind. He just never really had the run that day. And the Twilight Derby at Santa Anita over the mile and the 8th. He finished 11th by 5 lengths that day. He was wide, and he just wasn't getting into it. SEAL Team really ran terrifically that day. SEAL Team actually beat this horse 2 starts in a row in option 50 prior to that over the mile and 8th on the 8th of October. He actually finished 4th by 2 3/4 lengths behind him that day, where he was wide. He moved a little bit late, but he needs something more. His most recent victory was a good one at Del Mar on the 6th of August in the low handicap. He won by a length that day, and he didn't break so well again that day, which is a thing with him there at Del Mar. But he settled well towards the back of the pack. He timed the race perfectly, Juan Hernandez, and he got the job done. A very good going-away victory. Frankie rode this horse to some decent races last year and defeat last year. Coming here at 7-2, I'll give this horse Sean the ticket. I think the 2-horse Sabagliato for Jonathan Thomas and Juan Hernandez could get a trip to win. Most recently, first on the West Coast at Santino over the mile and 8th and option 50. He finished 6th by 3 1/4 lengths that day and did not get out of the gate. He stumbled out of it. He was wide. He needs something more, but he showed potential that day. I think second off the bench, going to a mile and a quarter, he could get the trip to win. He's very lightly raced. That was his first race since February of 2023, where he had a decent place at Del Mar, at Gulfstream behind Webslinger, and then broke his maiden as a 2-year-old at Gulfstream in 2022 quite nicely. Refreshing here 5-1. It wouldn't surprise me if he finds the winner's circle. Let's use him in the late pick 4. But to recount my selection for the 7th here on this Friday afternoon from Santa Anita, I'm going to take the 11 horse Maltese Falcon. Give kudos to its 2-horse Bagliato. 11-2-4-6 Super. 11-2 in the multi race. So good luck to all. Please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5. Good luck, everyone.